Om. 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 Ganapataye Namo. Om Saraswatye Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Akhandamandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Ajnanatimiraandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Let us take in Shiva Shakti with 5 deep breaths. Om Shiva Shakti Om. 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 Maha Mantra. It is very auspicious action which we are all doing by reciting, by listening, and by contemplating on this Mahamantra, which is on Mrithyunjaya, that is Shiva. First of all, I would like to say this. This Mahamrityunjaya mantra is having the misconception that this Mahamantra is useful and it has to be recited only when a person is critically ill. So we have connected this Mahamrityunjaya mantra with someone being in critically ill situation, and to bring them out of that situation, we would recite this. When we go deep into this Mahamantra, and contemplate, feel it, experience it. Through meditating on this mantra japa, we realize that this Mahamrityunjaya mantra is the one which is taking care of all beings, both in Iha, in this physical world, and Para, in the beyond transcendental world. So the potency in this Mahamantra is too great. So let us take out that misconception about this Mahamrityunjaya mantra and take the benefit of reciting it whenever we are in need, whenever it is possible, and it should become part of us in our daily life every day. It is that powerful Mahamantra. It acts as the catalyst to hasten the process of a situation. It can be when one is caught in a situation which is very difficult to come out of it, or when the mind is caught in some problem, some emotion, even then it helps. Or when the mental state is not okay, even then it helps. When there is stagnation in life, even then this Mahamantra helps us to come out of that situation. Not only that, if all the members get together and recite it in the twilight, Sandhya Kala, Pradosha Samayam, at that time, if we all recite, there will be good harmony in the whole family, and there is abundance in the family. Wherever this Mahamrityunjaya mantra is recited with great devotion and full faith in it. So, this Mahamantra, first it occurs in Rigveda and then it reoccurs in Yajurveda as well. It is age-old Mahamantra which is churned in Sri Rudram. When we make the prayers, always our prayers are in fragments. Like, it would be like, I am very hungry. I need the salt, rice, sambar powder, a vessel, all the things because I am hungry. But do we ask like that when we are hungry? What do we ask? I want the food. I am very hungry. That means we want prepared food because I am hungry and it instantaneously solves our hunger. This knowledge we have when it comes to our physical hunger. But when it comes to the prayers, we keep on asking in fragments. I want this. I want that. I want that too. I want this too. So like that, if we look at on the surface level, the words in Chamakam, I want that, I want this. It gives the full list of things, what are all needed in the universe for us to live comfortably. That is the superficial meaning of every word in that Chamaka. However, when we go deep into contemplating on each word, it has inner philosophical significance attached to it. And more than that, this Rudram has churned out such Mahamrityunjaya mantra, which is like having the visa to enter Iha and Para with well-being, and it also serves as a square meal with all the things which we need. It is only 2 lines, but the potency in every word is so much that it is complete, full. So that is the reason Mahamrityunjaya mantra has given solace, guidance to so many seekers and contemplators. So let us try to go deep into each word, how it resonates with us. Who is Mrityunjaya? Mrityunjaya. We are all living in Martyaloka, that is, there is death, the end, Anta, in this world, physical world, Martyaloka. Thus, whatever is existing, it has to see its end in this Martyaloka. Whereas Shiva, who is pure consciousness, Chit, there is no death for him at all. In that Chit, Shiva, who is Bhava, in him there comes Udbhava of the universe every moment. So he is Mrityunjaya, one who is beyond the death. And there is a beautiful story about Bhakta Markandeya, how he was saved by Shiva because of his devotion and total dependence, surrender to Shiva to come out of the noose of Yama. There also Shiva is Mrityunjaya. Mrityude is Yama. He won over Yama in that episode. So what we can understand is we are all Kalavasha. We are all under the control of the time. Whereas he is Kalatita. Shiva is Kalatita. He is beyond. So he is called Mrityunjaya. Mantra. A word or a letter, Bijakshara, or a sentence is called mantra when it transcends the contemplator or the seeker to the higher plane from the mundane physical plane. It has that potency in it, that word or sentence or the letter. So it is called mantra. Mananat trayate iti mantra. What is Mahamantra? Mahamantra is that which has layers of meaning, guidance, and existence. And it has the capacity to take the contemplator and the seeker to reach the eternal one state, which is Parabrahman. That Mahamantra has that capacity in it, potency in it. This Mahamrityunjaya mantra has that capacity. So it is Mahamantra, which gives the contemplator the experience of cutting down layer after layer, layer after layer, ignorance. And it makes him realize who he is, what he is. which is Parabrahman. So it takes us to that level, this Mahamantra. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanam Mrityormukshiyat Ma Amritat. Om is the very first primordial sound. Bija, Mahabija. Om. With silence it starts, gives the experience, significance of Srishti Sthiti Laya, and then again it merges into silence. That is Om. So, from where did this Om come? From the consciousness, which is Shiva. Consciousness is the base, unmanifested base for the whole manifestation to take place. So in that Om, starts from silence, unmanifestation, comes Srishti, Sthiti, Laya, again silence. Again the cycle starts as Om, as the manifested whole universe. Om. Triambakam, one, the Lord who has 3 eyes. Triambakam. Yajamahe, let us invoke. Let us invoke the Lord who has 3 eyes. Sugandhim, who is very much the essence with fragrance. Pushtivardhanam, one who increases, multiplies, grows the well-being. Pushtivardhanam. Urvarukamiva, just like cutting off the cucumber from its creeper. Bandhanat, from the shackles of attachment. Bandhanat. Mrityoh, from death. Mukshiya, with compassion, liberate. Cut off the deep-rooted shackles coming out of attachment. Those shackles, please take away. Liberate me from that. Ma Amrita, but not from Amrita. Don't hold back from giving Amrita. So let us see in detail how we can understand, how we can apply to our life in this physical world, and how to transit from this Iha to Para smoothly with the help of this Triambaka. So this Mahamrityunjaya mantra can be perceived, experienced in 3 ways. One, as the whole community or the whole group appealing or praying that Triambaka. Yajamahe, let us invoke, let us pray. As a community, praying Triambaka, who is Virat Rupi. That is first way. Second way is as an individual appealing Triambaka, who is Virat Rupi. Thirdly, an individual, that is Jivatma, appealing Triambaka in his Anurupa within as Atma, Atma Jyoti. So, I would like to share my understanding about this Mahamantra in detail. Firstly, let us see how a community can take the support benefit of doing the Mahamrityunjaya mantra japa for the well-being of the community, which is very important. It supports one another as community. So how is it? Om, the first resultant of the vibration which took place in Shiva, created the first resonance as Om. When it solidified all the more, it gave rise to 5 elements. And those 5 elements with combination became more solidified and gave rise to the forms in different sizes and colors and shapes and different characteristics. And thus we see the multiple forms in this universe. So Om is the primordial sound. Triambaka. Triambaka is one who has 3 eyes: sun, moon, and the fire. Surya, Chandra, Agni. All these 3 are the eyes of that Virat Rupi Shiva. Because that Shiva is all pervading, Sarvavyapi. He is wide awake. That means he is vigilantly, with witness mode, he is observing and taking care of the whole universe manifestation. Because he is having Divakara, means one who creates the day and gives the nourishment what is needed to the physical aspect of the universe. And he's having another eye as Nishakara. Nishakara is Chandra, who creates the night. During that time, he is taking care of the mental health of all beings. And Agni, when day is ending and the night is starting, in between there is Sandhya. In the same way, there is Sandhya on the other side of night as well. So at that duration of time, it is Agni which takes care of the whole universe. Agni, unless that Agni modulates its temperature, the beings will not be able to sustain its life. So Agni, which is pure light, is also the third eye when we are taking it as Virat Rupi. Why Virat Rupi? The whole universe is that Shiva. So when we perceive Surya, Chandra, and Agni who is in different forms and different intensities. He is also helping the whole universe to sustain its life. Tyambakam. Yajamahe. Let us all invoke, let us pray that Virat would be magnificent, omnipotent, all pervading Tyambaka, who is Shiva, the consciousness. Sugandhim, and he is the essence of the whole universe. Essence means what? Without that essence, the universe will not sustain itself. And that essence has such nice fragrance. How beautiful it is. It is not just the essence, but it is with fragrance. What is that fragrance? Sat Chit Ananda. The whole universe is filled with Satchidananda. The whole universe is based on Satchidananda. And thus, we are all living with that essence within us. We are living that Satchidananda. We are experiencing every moment. Sugandhim. So that Satchidananda is needed to all beings in the world and also as community. If we are in touch with that Satchidananda, realizing how beautiful that community would be. So that kind of community, having the seekers, contemplators, sages, gurus, all innocent people who are ready to follow. If the whole community get together and recite again and again as japa, no doubt that Sugandha becomes more and more significant, prominent, and it can be experienced. Sugandhim. Pushti Vardhanam. Pushti is the nourishment. So the community needs that nourishment. Nothing can exist without that nourishment. And it is that Triambaka who is providing that nourishment. Pushti, making the community strong by giving the good thoughts, good concepts, good ideas, good behavior, and the good tradition, good customs. By having all these things, a community will become a very healthy, happy community. Pushtivardhanam. Triambakam yajamahe. Let us invoke Triambaka, who is with vigilant eyes, who is taking care by making us pushti, nutritious. So when we see physically, how is it possible? He is the one who nourishes by giving us, by providing good water, the air, the light, and the food. Pushtivardhana to the whole community. So there will be Shreyaskara, what is good for the community, those type of improvement, growth will happen in the community. not the Preyaskara. The mind will not go towards prayers. That means, for example, when the mind and the body is filled with good thoughts and the level of thinking itself is higher, naturally there will be more libraries, more temples, or more good institutes, gym. All those things will come up in every street because the community wants it. When there is not that type of thinking in or the concept in the society, more gambling places like casinos, cinema theaters, all those things will pop up. So let us invoke Yajamahe, that Triambaka, who will lead our community towards Shreyas, not Preyas. Preyas is comfortable, pleasurable to all the five senses. But in long run, it is not healthy, peaceful to the community. So let us pray together that Triambaka, who is Pushtivardhan. Urvarukamiva bandhanat mukshiya. And then Mrityor mukshiya. So bandhanat mukshiya. Liberate our community from bandhana. How? Like the farmer cuts off the cucumber urvaruka. Urvaruka is cucumber, which belongs to the group of watermelon or even pumpkin, which are holding on to the creepers. Just like the farmer cuts off the cucumber at the right time when it is ripened enough, he comes and cuts it off. Like that. From bandhana, please take our community out of any shackles. Nothing can be better analogy than this cucumber. Normally, all fruits, when it is ripened, it just falls off from the plant or the tree or the creepers. But this cucumber, pumpkin, watermelon, if we leave it on the creeper as it is for a long time, it ripens and then it bursts and all the seeds will spread everywhere. But in long run, it's not good for the community. How? Why? Cucumber is the community. This life or the world is the creeper. To that life or the world creeper, community, the cucumber, is attached through the stalk, which is like aham, or getting that attachment or moha, ignorance will also be there. And the seeds in the cucumber are the human beings who have the potency of Arishad Varga because of the ignorance. Mada, Matsarya, Moha, Krodha, Lobha. So, if the society leaves it as it is, it will be making those human beings who are with that cancerous kind of seeds, they all disperse everywhere and create different kind of community. So, O Triambaka, don't allow for that. When the cucumber is nice, when the community is nice, with all the seeds in it are also soft and flexible to understand and move with the community in a good way. Don't allow that seed to overgrow with any negative qualities in it and spread everywhere. Many times in community, some values or customs or tradition, beliefs hold back the growth of the community. And that might be cancerous to the society also. So it is holding like shackles or bandhana to the society because of few people who are really holding tight. Even at that, it's very difficult for the community to come out of it. So the people with good mind and with good faith, if we do the japa of this Mahamrityunjaya mantra, it helps us, helps the community to come out of that bandhana. There can be different kinds of bandhana that one can handle as a leader of the community with the help of elders, good-minded people can make the community a good one when it is taken care by the Triambaka. Mrityor Mukshiya. And also our community, we want to flourish beautifully with peace, calmness. So don't make our community die like it happened to Yadavas. They fought with one another and the whole dynasty was washed out. Yadavas. And same thing happened to Kauravas. The whole dynasty was taken out of the face of the earth. So it is nothing but death of the community. Let that not happen because of the obstacles, bandhana, because of few people, cancerous type of people who are obstructing. Bandhanat mrityor mukshiya. Ma amritan, but not hold back amrita. Shower that amrita. What is that amrita? On community. The good knowledge, enlightening the people how to lead life and how to have the goal, how to utilize the purusharthas to grow. That is amrita to the community. Ma amrita, don't hold back, O Triambaka. Please, with compassion, shower that knowledge, jnanamrita, on the community and protect us. Now, let me move on to an individual making the same plea, but in what way we can understand how it is applicable. In the first line, we see Om Triambakam Yajamahe. Let us invoke. So it is in plural. How can I take it as an individual and make it as my prayer or my pleading with Triambaka? Om. Om is reverberating in every being, every moment. Because Om is the Bijakshara, which is taking care of Srishti Sthiti Laya in every moment and in every being which we are going through. So Om is the source of this happening in every being, which is nothing but presence of Shiva. That is Triambaka. What is the Triambaka? Who has that vigilant eyes, wide awake. He's wide awake in every being who goes through Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. Isn't it? Jagrat, when I'm awake, that Shiva who is within is wide awake. Because he is wide awake without even blinking the eye, he is shedding the rays of consciousness constantly. So I'm able to interact, perceive in this physical world when I'm awake, Jagrat. Swapna, when I'm dreaming, the in-between state. Even at that state, he is wide awake, sending the ray of consciousness to the dreamer so that he can keep creating, sustaining the dream and annihilating the dream. So he's wide awake even there. Sushupti, when I'm in deep sleep, even at that time, he is sending the ray of consciousness. So he's wide awake, Triambaka, in all three states. He is wide awake in Sakshi Bhava. When we take it in Kundalini Yoga, there are three regions in our being. Surya Mandala, Chandra Mandala, and Agni Mandala. All these three are working in unison, because of which we are all healthy, hale and healthy, both mentally and physically, carrying on our life. So, and Agni is referred to as Jnana Chakshu, which is the third eye. The two physical eyes, and the third eye is that Jnana Chakshu. So, in what way I can understand? It is the Triambaka who is very much within as Atma, Atman Jyoti, because he is sending the rays of consciousness through all the three eyes of ours. We are able to contemplate, perceive, even the beyond subjects, the knowledge, which are not perceivable by the physical two eyes. We need the third chakshu, which is Jnana Chakshu. That is also working because of the presence of that Triambaka, who is very much within. Triambaka. Yajamahe. Let us invoke that Atma, who is very much within Shiva, Triambaka, in the form of Atma. Let us invoke him. Who is? We means it is the Anthakarana, Mano, Buddhi, Ahankara, Chitta, and also the body. All together, let my mind, intelligence, the ego, the false I, and all the memory I'm having with me, and the body, all together are praying, appealing that Atma who is Tyambaka. So, when Anthakarana, Mano, Buddhi, Ahankara, Chitta and the body just surrender to that Atma, naturally one experiences the Tyambaka who is constantly awake and sending the ray of consciousness. Tyambakam yajamahe sugandhim. So, as I said, he is with beautiful, nice fragrance which can never be equaled with any other fragrance which we can see in this physical world. It can be only experienced, the fragrance, sugandha, which is coming from the Tyambaka. That is Sat Chit Ananda. That fragrance is constantly oozing out because of our ignorance and veiling of ignorance around that Atma, which is constantly emitting, is becoming Durvasana. Sugandha becomes Durgandha. It is our ignorance which is creating that, and we are not able to see or experience that Sugandha, Satchidananda, all the time. He is emitting, but it is my own vasanas. Gandha is also vasana. That vasana being carried for janma after janma after janma, it has become a thick veil because of which I am kept away from that sugandha, which is emitting from within, from Atma, Satchidananda. Sugandhim. So the prayer is, O Sugandhi Shiva, please surface up and guide us and give us the experience of your fragrance. Satchidananda. Pushtivardhanam. Jivatma, that is the false I, is with total ignorance, is thinking that false I itself is the Lord of the whole body and the mind. Because of which I am not getting any nourishment in the right way. However, this Pushtivardhana is the one, in spite of it, Shiva as Pushtivardhana is giving us the strength to sustain ourselves physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, intellectually, to sustain ourselves. He is giving the pushti to all these different faculties of our being as an individual. Pushtivardhana. So, when we see it physically, because he is taking care of the heat in our body, for example, it is that Atma, Anurupi Atma, who is emitting that temperature in the right way, Apadatala Mastaka, the body is kept in good form, healthy form. Santapayati swam deha mapadatala mastaka. It comes in Narayana Sutta. So that Atma Jyoti is taking care of it. And unless that Pushti Vardhana is within us, there is no growth or well-being. Even if we give tonic or medicine, it will not work. Because that Pushti Vardhana, the presence of Him is there physically, we are having good health. And Krishna says the same in Bhagavad Gita for digestion. Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamashita. Because that Atma Jyoti is there, it is giving that heat for digestion as well. Digestion is taking place perfectly because of that presence of Pushti Vardhana. And growth from the childhood to the old age. The body is growing smoothly with good health, isn't it? So how is it possible if that Pushti Vardhana is not there? Will the body grow? Never. It will be like a dead log without doing anything. So are we understanding the importance and greatness of the presence of that Pushti Vardhana in our being? That is for physical, for mental, even there. Because he is nourishing the good thoughts. We are forming suvasana, sugandha, to carry our life towards the light. And even action also happens because of the good thought. So he is the provider as Atma. He is the provider of ray of consciousness to the mind, brain, intellect. Because of him, all these things are coming to light and they are working in the right path. Pushti Vardhana. In the same way, he is taking care of other aspects as well. Pushti Vardhana. Even if one link is gone from thought to action and to the result, there should be good, constant support. Otherwise, it will not be successful happening in life. Pushti Vardhana. Urvarukamiva bandhanat mukshiya. Here, the cucumber is the Jivatma. And it is hanging on to the creeper, which is life. And the stalk is the strong ego, which is padded with ignorance. We are hanging on to life through that stalk, which is strong ego. And that cucumber has so many seeds in it, which are desires. So, if that cucumber is left just like that for it to live the way it wants without any conscious effort, as it is, if it is left, what will happen? The cucumber will burst and all the desires will seek other bodies and become another plant and again grow many more. Desires filled cucumber, Jivatma. So, like the farmer, please come and take away that bandhana. How is it? What is it? Urvarukamiva bandhana. The desires, the thought, vasana, and the limitation of this body all are like bandhana for us in different levels. We are living with that bandhana itself, adjusting ourselves, seeking pleasures within that. Somehow we are leading our life. No doubt, he's Pushti Vardhana. Why is he giving that Pushti? Because he wants us to experience this world with joy, nothing but joy, nothing but ananda through body and the mind. So he's giving these two, body and mind, as instruments to experience the world with total joy, nothing but total joy. But with boosted ego and also ignorance, we are making that supposed to be joyful life into bandhana as samsara. And we are suffocating from that. From that bandhana, please take us out. Ego will never leave us, even if the physical body is gone. That mental body hangs on to that ego and unfulfilled desires and tries to find a new body to fulfill those desires. So, like cucumber, certainly like cucumber, it knows how to, the desires know how to keep itself alive from one janma to another to another to another, because it is the mental body. Its nature itself, the mental body's nature itself, is to create as many thoughts as possible, as many desires as possible. That is the only way it can survive. The mind can survive. So it is taking care of itself, but it is the mistake of the false I, thinking that I am that mind, not realizing Atma is what I am, which is ever expansive. And it is that Atma, ever expansive Atma, which is the source, the base, the foundation for this mind and the body to take a form and experience the world. That we don't realize. We make our life as bandhana without realizing it. And we try to adjust within that, try to seek pleasure within that, and keep on going in cycle again and again, again and again. So here it is, take away from that bandhana. And bandhana is also in so many different ways, which we go through every day. We don't know how to let go. From childhood to adulthood, we are not readily giving up the childhood. We try to cling on to that. From adulthood to old age, we don't grow or proceed at all. We want to cling on to that adulthood and we want to engage in actions which are okay for adults. So we are not realizing that I am making myself limited, bandhana, by getting attached to everything without let go. Let go. That buddhi I need. Also, in positive way, also, many people, they try to do one after another, good deeds, good deeds, good deeds. I want to do this good deed. I want to do this good deed. One after another, they keep doing the good deeds. That also become bandhana only. Atidanat Balir Baddho. Bali Maharaja, because of his too much of dana concept, he was bound. So bandhana is in so many different levels. And what does it do? It not only spoils the smooth running of the individual's life, but also the people around and also the community. Everything gets affected by this. But we don't realize. Bandhana. So without these bandhanas, everyone is Satchidananda only. Because of these bandhanas, we are different from that Satchidananda. So, eternally, we are Satchidananda, but temporarily, hopefully, we are all in that bandhana as Jivatmas. So, bandhana, when I'm looking at full moon, a flower, river, or mountain, we thoroughly enjoy it without any attachment or possessiveness. If a cloud comes and covers the moon, we won't cry or we won't feel the pain. We accept, yes, the cloud has covered the moon. No way I can see the moon, but it will move on. The cloud will move. Let me have the patience and just witness. But that kind of acceptance and witness mode is needed. Sakshi Bhava is needed in day-to-day life work, in our routine, in our emotions, isn't it? Otherwise, even the relationships, we have to have that to avoid bandhana. And also, we go through different kind of bandhana when it comes to individually what I am, how I am. Many times we get clogged or limited, shackled by our own concept, by our own ideals. That also hinders our growth or our being. It becomes suffocating. The life will become stagnated because of that bandhana. How long can we go through that? From that bandhana. Mukshiya. By giving me the right knowledge, guidance. Because you are Triambaka. You know fully, totally well what I am, what is going on in my mind, what is going on in my intellect. You know what is going on in my physical body. You know, oh Triambaka, you're very much within me, sitting here. Why are you allowing me to become that bandhana, victim of bandhana? Please, Mukshiya, take me out from this, liberate me. Mrityor Mukshiya. And not only that, liberate me from the death. What is it? We go through the death every moment in some way or the other. When emotionally or intellectually, status in the society wise, if we are pricked or punched, we go through that Manabhanga, isn't it? Or Tejovadha, Buddhivada, and we become so desperate that we feel I am dead, isn't it? Those are all also the death. Many times when we lose in the argument or something, or if someone catches us doing some mistake, we might feel, why death is not taking me away instead of me facing this situation? Why death is not coming? That means he's already going through that death of emotion, the feeling, experience. So it is not just the physical death. All these things are also mrityu for an individual. And also from childhood to adulthood to old age, or jagrut swapna sushupti, or from ignorance to knowledge. All these things are possible only when we allow the previous one to die. Unless the childhood sees the death, I cannot enter the adulthood. Also, I cannot keep living in both childhood and adulthood. It's not possible. I cannot have the ignorance and the knowledge together. It has to be this or this. If I want to go into the knowledge, I have to see that the ignorance is dead or destroyed or killed. From darkness to light, isn't it? So, death is inevitable, which is taking place all the 24 hours, every moment. It is happening. But that acceptance is not there because we are not seeing it as an inevitable thing which has to be there in this Mathya Loka. Where else can be birth and death other than in this Mathya Loka, in this physical world? That knowledge we lack. Once we surrender totally to the Triambaka who is within by Anthakarana, when the whole Mano, Buddhi, Ahankara, Chitta surrender totally to that Atma, who is Parama Atma, we will be going through this Bandhana and Mrityu every moment in our life. But once we surrender totally to that Atma, there is only one eternal state, which is Anandamaya, Amritamaya. So, Mrityu, it is again the plea with compassion, O Triambaka, take away, cut off the ego which is causing this Srishti Sthiti Laya, constantly, simultaneously happening in me and making me as bandhana. So liberate me from bandhana and also from mrityu before again it germinating, growing as a sapling and becoming another huge tree of desires. Don't allow this ego to grow. Ma Amrita. Don't hold back. Give me the Amrita. Amrita here means one becoming Shiva. Experiencing that Shivatva, Satchidananda is Amrita. Is like having Amrita. This Matyaloka is the one where there is Mrityu. So it is happening. When I am able to see it in a witness mode, Sakshi Bhava, I will be able to accept it. But that Sakshi Bhava will not come. We become one with the body and the mind, which is constantly going through the death every moment. Just like the nails. The nails are nothing but the collection of the dead cells. And Srishti Sthiti Laya of this nail is happening constantly. Are we really attached to it and do we feel pain? No. We know what that nail is. So we have accepted the growth of the nail, cutting of the nail as part of this body, as part of the routine. So without any attachment to it, we just cut off, isn't it? In the same way, the water towards the shore on the surface of the ocean, there is wave. If the same water is in the middle of the ocean, there is no wave or anything. It is just there, calm and peaceful. It is the same water in both the places. In the same way, we individuals are the waves who are at the bay, at the shore, on the surface, going through the ups and downs of life. If we are in the center of the ocean, which is Shiva, naturally, I realize I am Shiva, I am that water of the ocean. No need for me to go up and down. I am that water. So that calmness, peace will be there. And the joy. Will this understanding help me in any way? This knowledge that yes, the death happens only in Matyaloka. So be it. Is that all I want? No, I won't be satisfied. I want that ananda in life, not just the knowledge. I want Amrita. Because Sakshi Bhava I have learned through knowledge, but I want to experience the beyond. The beyond. So I want Amrita. I want to experience Akhandananda, Bhumananda, Brahmananda, Akhilananda, Amritananda. I am desperately leading my life here in this Martyaloka, but I want to have the experience of what is beyond this Martyaloka. So don't hold back that Amrita. I will show you in this. So when we think of this Mahamantra, this is the individual circle. I am experiencing death, the cycle of birth and death in this. O Triambaka, who is the third circle and who is always stationed in this point where all three circles meet. And This one is ever expansive. It is not limited. It is ever expansive. The third one, which is Nirakara Nirguna Shiva. And O Triambaka, we invoke you, Yajamahe, Sugandhim. He is emitting constantly that Satchidananda fragrance. Every way, constantly. Pushtivardhana, he is the one who is giving the pushti to this individual. Of course, as the community also, he is giving pushtivardhana to the whole community. And both are in the Madhya Loka because it is manifested second circle, which is belonging to the mind of that Nirakara Nirguna Parabrahman. So, when we are as a community and as an individual, we are in this Madhya Loka. So, as an individual, I want to come out of the bandhana, the shackle, limitation of the physical and mental body. I want to come out of it. And I come out. But will I be happy in this second circle? No, I want to experience beyond Mahamantra. That is where it comes. So, Triambaka is he who you can see in all three levels. Yajamahe, we invoke you, who is very much in the individual, in the community, or in the whole universe, manifested universe, and also who is beyond Kalatita. Triambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam. So once I get the idea, the understanding, the knowledge that death can happen only here. That means there is a mrityu here because it is beyond the Madhya Loka. So as an individual sitting in this Madhya Loka, my pleading is, I know I want to come out of bandhana and mrityu, but that doesn't give me the total happiness. I haven't experienced the ananda, which is very much there in amartya loka, where there is no birth or death or anything, just ananda. That amrita, that which is eternal, give me the experience of that. So, first, bandhanat mrityoh mukshiya, that is from individual body. Ma amrita, to come out of that manifested Madhya Loka also. So give me the full experience of your self. Who is that? Your self is very much the Atma, who is very much within as Atma. So it is addressed to this point. We all are having this point, but we are missing out in our rat race. We are just passing through and going again. So we are missing out that experience. And also, when we are contemplating and meditating, once we go here, we understand, oh, Triambaka, who is in the witness mode, having the vigilant three eyes, please, with that sugandha, splashing that sugandha, Satchidananda, and giving me the right kind of pushti to wipe out, tear out the veil of ignorance, Pushtivardhana. I need the right kind of nutrition for that. So, the first line signifies blossoming of the life on this earth and cherishing that life, Pushtivardhana. In the next line, just because I have been experiencing this world in a beautiful, positive way, climax of the life, will I be happy to be there in the climax all the time? No, that is also suffocating for me. Oh, Triambaka, I can't be in that happy in this Matyaloka. Even though it is constantly I'm kept in the climax of my life, filled with happiness. That is also suffocating. I want to come back to that point where it is just you, the Triambaka, Atma, Atma Jyoti. I want the experience of that, which I'm missing thoroughly. That can be given only by Amrita. So, if we look at this Mahamrityunjaya mantra, we see that O Triambaka, who has the vigilant three eyes, who is taking care of Jagrut Swapna Sushupti of my being every moment and every day. Sugandhim, one who is emitting that essence of life with the fragrance of Satchidananda. Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam, who is nourishing the right kind of thoughts in me, the right kind of physical body with good health. Yes, you're also giving me the knowledge of this is Martyaloka and accept the life with witness mode. But that is not all. There is something more. Please take away the cucumber like this Shivatva, who is going through so much of birth and death every moment. Urvarukamiva bandhanat mrityoho. By both bandhana and mrityu, take me out. But please don't hold back Amrita. I want to experience that beyond, which is nothing but just Ananda. So it is a plea by individual or by the community who is very much stationed in Martyaloka and who is aspiring for the total liberation. Take me to Turiya. Even in meditation, when we go to Turiya, we are not experiencing anything else of this physical world. The mind is beyond. But take me even beyond that Turiya, Ati Turiya, so that I can taste that Ananda. So, the main thing what we can understand by this Mahamantra is it teaches us how one should be in witness mode. at all times, whether it is happy or sorrow, Shubha, Shubhalabh, or when it is the downside of that, at all times. Give me the stability of that witness mode so that I realize, understand, have the good knowledge that bandhana and mrityu has to take place only in this physical world, nowhere else. Not only that, there is much more to look forward to, which is Amrita. That also is possible only because Triambaka is there, and only when we realize that Atma, Triambaka, is what the only thing which matters, nothing else. So, when we surrender the Anthakarana, Manobuddhi, Ahankara, Chitta, and all the desires vanish, and the mind is constantly in touch with that Triambaka, and one will get into that Shivatva, Shivahood, and gradually one becomes Shiva. That Shiva is none other than Parama Atma, Para Brahman. And thus one experiences Shivoham. I am the Shiva. And being that Shivoham, one leads life with the Satchidananda mode of our mind. So this is my humble understanding, and I'm happy that I was able to share with you all. And let us grow with this Maha-Mrithyunjaya mantra towards Shiva and Shivatva. Om Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti Om. 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 Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti Om.